International Remedy Firearms here today doing a review of the Feyachi RS-30 Reflex Red Dot sight. Fantastic sight. Just going to go to straight showing you. It's got windage adjustment right on the top. Elevation windage right on the side, on the top. One-click adjustment, very, very easy. I've gotten 2 now from them so far. Both of them had no problems. Good thing about them, though, is if you let them know you're having an issue with their stuff at all, they are more than willing to jump right in and help you out. As an added little bonus, you are going to be getting a look at the 3x, 5x zoom by Feyachi as well. Fantastic sight, considering most of them start at about $150. This one is $79.95 on Amazon. You really can't beat that. Really can't. Just a simple magnifier, 3x to 5x. You just rotate this little wheel here. That way for 5x. That way for 3, but works absolutely phenomenally. Like I said, Bacanti rails. The magnifier does line up perfectly with this red dot sight. I saw a lot of questions on Amazon asking, "Hey, can it can the magnifier co-witness the sight?" Yes, it absolutely can, absolutely perfectly. Also, nice and easy flip to side on the magnifier, and you are back to, oh, almost dropped it there. And you are back to a regular red dot. Absolutely phenomenal sight. Like I said, got a little tint to the front there. Easy Bacanti rail. They actually send you, we'll refer to the box now. They actually send you an Allen wrench. This one works for both the sides and also for the adjustment settings on the top and the side. But like I said, fantastic sight. Here's a little zoom out how it'll look on your rifle. Absolutely phenomenal looking sight. Could not ask for better for $50, absolutely. Buttons for turning it up, turning the brightness up, right there. You'll hold it down to turn it off. One click to turn the brightness up. Very easy, very simple to use. Like I said, does co-witness perfectly. Doesn't look like it, but it does not impede your sight at all. It is absolutely perfect. Thank you for watching.
I just wanted to do a really quick review on this Feyachi sight. I think it's the RS-30. I bought it about 2.5 years ago, actually, and I bought this one, and the little rubber cap came off. I believe that was because it was sitting underneath my car seat, and it would be pushed down like that, and so maybe it rubbed off or something, and with a good amount of force, I'm sure you could pull this one off too. But I reached out to Feyachi. They happily sent me a new one right away, which I was super pleased with, because honestly, it could have been my fault, but yeah, so that I have 2 now. This one has been on my AR9 under my truck seat for the past about 2.5 years then, I guess. And so you can see it's still held up pretty well. There's a little bit of rust here on that bolt, and then down there. It's not like I ever got this thing soaking. It was just through the winter and things like that. Moisture gets in the car when you're kicking off your ski boots and stuff like that. So that's probably where that came from. I just had to replace the battery this week for the first time. It's not shake awake. It's not always on. I leave it turned off unless I'm taking it out to shoot. So I'm not sure the battery life is the greatest thing in the world, because I didn't take it out that often. But I mean, it's lasted 2 years, so, and these are the batteries it comes with. So yeah, things I was a little bit worried about is when you change the reticles, it's this rotation thing right here. And so I was worried that that would shift to 0, because you can see it rotates through. It's not just like an on-off switch sort of an idea where you just click through. So I thought that would ship to 0. I actually never noticed any problems with that because it does kind of like jump to the middle once you get the correct optic reticle there. So yeah, overall, super impressed with it. What I wanted to do was, because I never did anything rigorous with it, I never torture tested it, it was never in the elements or anything, and you can see the circuit board, obviously through that hole, but also just under the rail there a little bit. It's hard on the camera. So I didn't think it was going to be super watertight. So what I actually just barely did was I just dunked it underwater just to kind of see, and you can see I'm going to do that right now. And we'll shake off the water so it's not blocking the emitter. But it seems like it's working just fine still, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it might be a lot more durable than I thought. I never had any issues with it whatsoever. Super happy with the company, super happy with the optic, held 0 great. Again, never did any rigorous testing in it, but seemed to hold up great, especially the price.
So right here, I have the, sorry if I mispronounced the name, but Feyachi RS-30 reflex red dot sight. Also goes to a cross circle with the dot, but open up for you real quick. Like how they put it in the bubble wrap. These are great scopes. Not necessarily red dot optics. You know, turn them on for you guys. See, that's the circle with the dot in it. Go to the next one, which is the cross. You guys see that? Sorry, I got the cake right there. But these are great, great reflex sights. But there it is. You cannot go wrong with a Feyachi. You know, even if it's their flashlights or their lasers, you know, their products are great. I recommend it to anybody. So, if you have an AR, definitely gotta get you one of these. Definitely gotta get you one of these.
Quick review here, just unboxed this red dot sight by Feyachi. It's called the RS-30 Reflex. Wanted to go through a few features and just some of the things I noticed about it. So first thing off the bat, I noticed it's got a nice matte finish. Obviously you wouldn't want glare on a sight. The lens is coated with an anti-glare coating. And then there's actually multiple options for your red dot. I assumed this was just, when I ordered, I actually assumed it was just a typical dot reticle, but it actually has multiple options here. There's a reticle with a tiny dot in the middle, kind of a crosshairs. There's your typical dot. There's your typical reticle. And then there's a circle with a micro dot in the middle. And there's of course adjustments for windage and elevation here and here. And you get the wrenches. It comes with the wrenches to make those adjustments. So I guess you'd want to bring those to the range with you. On top of that, the operation is pretty simple. It's this rubber press button, single press operation, but the multiple presses would adjust the brightness of the reticle itself. So I'll try to demonstrate here if I can get this lined up. There's dim, brighter, brighter, and so on. I believe there's 5 levels of brightness. Anyway, your obvious mounting system here. And yeah, so I'm excited to put this on the rifle and get it out to the range and sight it in and see how it works. A couple other things included with it: extra battery, microfiber cloth for wiping smudges off the lens, and then of course the manual. So yeah, I'll probably come back and adjust my review once I've had a chance to shoot with it, but overall, definitely very impressed with the price point.
Hey everyone, I just recently got this Feyachi RS-30 reflex sight. Got it in the mail pretty quick, pretty reasonable price. Come with all the little gadgets. It's a nice wide lens, all made out of metal. Feels really sturdy bought. No loose shaking or anything. When you turn the knob, it stays locked. It doesn't just wiggle, so there's no wiggle in it. Button is quick. Has 4 different modes. Very bright. I've used it on my airsoft rifles and my AR. I really love it. It doesn't wiggle. It's easy to adjust. And I recommend all Feyachi products. I have a flashlight I just recently bought as well from them. Used it in an abandoned hospital when I went and played airsoft, and was not disappointed by any of it.
Parallaxe nach rechts und links geht noch, aber nach oben und unten verzieht er dramatisch.